Hi, it's Janelle with Parsnips and Parsimony, and if you're just stumbling upon this video, make sure you go watch part 1 of this video where I cover the curriculum that I used this past year, the 2015 and 2016 curriculum I used for 6th and 7th grade for my kids and how it worked for us. This video is going to be on the curriculum I'm going to be using for 2016 and 2017 for 7th and 8th grade, and you can see that video. I'll post the link for it right here as well as in the description below. Last year we did The Life of Fred. This is a series of 4 books for their language curriculum. It was highly successful last year, so we will be again using this to review. The Life of Fred program actually recommends that you do the 4 books every year, each year for high school. So we did it one year, we're going to do it again this year. The kids do not mind reading these. They think these are a blast to read, and as you can see, they're pretty thin, so not very hard at all. John, who is in 7th grade, will be continuing to work on this Reluctant Writer's Workbook, and this is by Apologia. This we got about a third of the way through. This is supposed to be a 2-year curriculum, so we're going to continue on with this. And then we're also going to be using selected worksheets out of this Steps to Good Grammar. I did part of this for our past school year, and it was neither here nor there. The kids didn't really like it, but they didn't hate it either, and it was just good basic reviews. My children's spelling is not the best. I want to continue on that journey, not necessarily teaching spelling, but doing a little bit more deeper study into vocabulary and the word roots and the meanings, prefixes, suffixes, things like that. So we started this last year, but we didn't finish it. This one is by the Critical Thinking Company called Word Root Beginnings. Again, this is a really skinny book. I don't think they make this version anymore. They changed it. So we're going to finish this one, and then I got this one, which is the next level, Word Roots Level 1. This is the next level up after that one. I did some research to make sure we were on page with that. And again, these are really easy pages to do, but hopefully it's just going to help the kids focus on basic vocabulary and then hopefully their spelling in the long run. Something else we're going to be using for vocabulary is Wordly Wise 3000. We did the Wordly Wise 3000 book 6 last year, and the kids really enjoyed it. It was I thought it was a very useful tool, and if the kids don't mind doing it, to me, that is a huge success. So we jumped back into doing that again this year, the next level. Math. Now, what do you do with kids who have already done 7th and 8th grade math, and they inform me that they hate algebra? They don't get it, they don't like it, they don't want to do it. Last year we used the Saxon 8-7 math, which worked all right for Charity, but towards the end I felt like she wasn't really understanding the concepts. So, considering all of my options, doing research online, and I will tell you, I painstakingly researched the topics on these, trying to find the right curriculum, and I ended up doing this. And we'll see if it works. I went back to the Abeka Consumer Mathematics. So this is not algebra. This is everyday math that you're going to be needing when you are out of school. And I thought maybe we should just go back for a year and study just the basics, because that might give them another year of maturity. So maybe they would enjoy the algebra. But because I do not put all my eggs in one basket, and I want to make sure my children are still exploring and growing, I'm not necessarily going to be using all of the consumer math book. That may end up being a 2-year curriculum, because I discovered the Critical Thinking Company, and I love their books. They just put out I think it's a new book, because I haven't seen it before, and it's called Understanding Algebra 1. Now, this book is not written like Saxon. It is not written like Abeka or any other book that I've seen before. This has actually been written by a teacher or teachers who have been teaching for years and years and years, and they've been teaching just that, algebra. considering our success in the past with critical thinking companies, curriculum and materials, I decided I was going to spend the money on this book. I think it was $39.95, which is pretty expensive in my book for one part of my curriculum, but I really felt like I couldn't put a price on the algebra. If they're not getting it, sometimes you need to have the right resources. So I picked up this book with hopes that this might be something different. Now, since I got it, I have not had my kids clamoring for my attention to read it, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, or if just the fact that it has the word algebra written on it scared them away. But whatever the case, I do have this. Again, I'm not sure that we're going to get all the way through this. We may or may not. And the last resource that I'm going to be tying in with math is KhanAcademy.com. If you're not familiar with Khan Academy, it's a free online resource for math, but they have started to expand it into the arts and English, and I'm not sure what else. I haven't really explored the whole thing. The main reason my kids like using it is because of the math factor. And they have online lectures and just they discuss everything math, and it goes right up through all the grades. So I've set up accounts for both Charity, John, and Peter, and I get weekly emails telling me what they've covered, what they haven't covered, and how well they've done. And I'm hoping to tie that online resource, which uses points and incentives and badges and things like that, to keep them going and enjoying math while still learning. One of the last things we're doing is we are starting biology this year. Now, last year we used the Apologia Exploring Creation with General Science. This year it is with biology. Now, Charity took one look at this and she went, ugh, this is so much harder. I don't think it's that much harder, but who knows? I really enjoyed biology when I was being homeschooled. I thought it was intriguing and interesting and all of that. So I'm hoping that my energy and my like for biology will wear off and they will really enjoy this since they liked their last book so well, but we will see. As for art and music, we will probably continue to do some online things for both, for the art and the music. I usually have the kids work on vocal pieces together. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. I really haven't put all that together. Charity does do piano lessons at home. So, you know, the music is pretty much covered. And I think that takes care of everything for the 7th and 8th grade level. Now I'm going to jump to the elementary grades, and I have Peter, who's in like 2nd, 3rd grade, and then Lydia is going into kindergarten, and Mary would be, she's turning 3, so what do you call that, preschool? Anyways, I got her some busy work because this mom needs her busy when I'm trying to teach school for the other kids. So I'm going to start with Mary's grade level, which is great. She's 3 years old, and again, I love the Abeka, so I went back to Abeka because that's what I know, that's what I love and enjoy. And I got this book, The Child's Art for 3s, and what I like, this is not a book where you need to make crafty projects and use glue and stickers and cotton balls and paper plates and paper clips and things like this. This is just basic skills like color the different items the correct color, like the toothbrush you'd color red, this you'd color blue, and the toothpaste would be green. You're practicing their motor skills but also listening to directions, and that seemed right up my alley because I'm not looking for anything that I need to prepare in advance. You know, as a mom of 6 kids, I don't have time to go and plan out a craft project for every single day, let alone be inundated with 5 craft projects a week. Of course, if I did one for Mary, Lydia would want to do it, so that'd be 10 craft projects a week, and that is just not feasible right now. So this was definitely a good book to grab. I also picked up Numbers and Skills with Button Bear, and this would be for 3-year-olds, and again, it's a lot of listening activities. Like this is, you know, number 4, say the number 4, trace the number 4, color the number 4, count the flowers, then color the flowers yellow, color the vase blue, and so on and so forth. Again, really easy stuff. It makes the child feel like they're doing some good work and it's keeping them busy. and that is invaluable when I'm trying to do multiple kids, teaching them at the same time. I really need to be able to give instructions to the little guys, and then they can be busy coloring while I'm working with the older kids. The last thing I got for Mary is letters and sounds for 3-year-olds, and these are pretty much just your letters, and then me, being the teacher, would instruct them about the different sounds the letters make and how it correlates to the picture, and then they would trace and then color the letters, and that's throughout the whole book. Like here's the rooster, and then they've got different pictures that all start with the R sound. So again, I think Mary's going to eat this up because she's just that type of kid who really enjoys sitting at the table doing projects like this. Now for Lydia, Lydia is going to be doing the Abeka Social Studies K. I did not get the charts to go with this because I really didn't feel like they were overly useful. This is primarily just basic history, social studies curriculum, something I wanted her to be familiar with. It's just some coloring, some reading, and that seemed right up her alley. She's also got her first math book, which is just Number Skills 5. I actually don't think she's going to have much difficulty with that, and we'll probably be flying through this book. But again, it's something to get her started with school and enjoying it. And then she's also working on these books. She's gone all the way through book A, I believe, and she's into book B. And this is get ready, get set for the code and the different levels. And then they have the normal levels, which is Explode the Code 1, and I think it goes through book 6 or book 7. These are great for smaller children because, let me show you. So it starts out with the letter, a picture of the letter that it starts out with, and then it has usually it has the uppercase. It tells you about the uppercase and the lowercase letters here. Then over here there's some great motor skills for trying to help the letter find the end of the road, so you have to trace in between the lines and make sure you don't go out of the lines. That's great motor skills for the kids. And then they focus on the sounds, finding the matching letter that matches in that row. Again, outstanding for young kids who are into this type of thing. And Lydia is eating this right up. She's also for handwriting using the Handwriting Without Tears series, and she has really enjoyed her first book on that, which she's working through right now, and we're going to continue working through that. And those are the books that I will be using for Lydia. Not a whole lot, but it's just to get them feel like they're doing some school, which they are doing some school, being included with the big kids, and hopefully keeping everyone settled at the dining room table at the same time so we can get some good schoolwork done. Now the last grade I'm going to cover will be Peter's grade, and he's in 2nd/3rd grade. He will be doing, again, the Handwriting Without Tears in the next level. Also, in my last video, I told you how much he loved the spelling workout books. I decided, since he enjoyed that so much, we're going to jump back to that because it was so enjoyable. I also got for him the Wordly Wise 3000. Since Charity and John liked it so much, I thought this was right up his alley, so he could feel like he was being included with the same type of books they were using. However, I got book 2, but I'm thinking I need to go back and get book 1 for him because this just looked a little bit too hard for him yet. I picked up this book, again, the Critical Thinking Company, and it's Language Smarts B. And this pretty much covers everything you could want. This could be an entire English curriculum if you wanted it to be. Again, excellent for the Iowa test exams. Simple enough for him to work through, but it seems like it's enjoyable enough. We've already started this book, and so far so good. He seems to enjoy it. For history and science, again, I'll just be using the Abeka 3rd grade curriculum like I did for 2nd grade, and his art and music will be just with the older kids, where we do just pretty much group classes and group singing. Hopefully this will all work out well with the kids, and if all goes well, I will be doing a video at the end of the school year letting you guys know how it all worked out for us, whether we whether I would recommend these books for you guys or not. Hopefully this gives you guys some ideas of different curriculums out there. I know as a homeschool mom, I love seeing what other homeschool moms are using out there because there's so many great resources, and being able to expose them to my children is just a wonderful thing, and I think it really helps with the whole educational experience because you guys know education is not just book learning. It expands so much more to just everyday life. And so I hope this helps inspire some of you guys with some of your books. If you're stuck with not knowing what to get for your kids, maybe this will give you some ideas. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already, and I will see you for our next video. Bye.